Ty, you're the hit by pitch king, which I know you've spoken about a bunch, but I'm pretty sure you're leading the AL again as getting hit by the most pitches. Just what's been the most memorable one, and also what the F?
I think the most memorable one would be the one last year that I broke the Mariners hit by pitch record with, because it actually ended up fracturing my heel. That's the one I got hurt on. So the one that broke the record broke me. But other than that, I mean, there's probably a couple. I think I took a Dustin May 99-mile-an-hour sinker off my forearm, which hurt. Couple off the head. So like, there's been a couple like memorable ones. But
what do you think? What do you credit like all that to? Because you just don't get out of the way, because you stand close to the dish, because pitchers don't like you. Like, why do you think you get hit so much?
I think it's. Well, I don't think it's that they don't like me, but I think it's a little bit of everything. Like, in college we were praised for not getting out of the way, so that's kind of installed in my brain still. A lot of guys, when like there's an inside pitch, their arms will go up to get out of the way, leaving their ribs exposed. Me, I tuck, and so my elbow I tuck and roll, and that kind of leaks over towards the plate, so that they don't have as far inside to throw. I feel like sometimes my hole can be hard stuff in. If they miss, it's gonna hit me. So it's just a combination of things, but it is what it is. I don't walk a lot, so helps.
Heard that.
Base.
I could never walk. I don't understand it.
Hard.
It's like, well, just decent pitches. Well, every time I see pitches, I'm down 0-2. And now what? What do you want me to do? All right. So you're cruising along in your career. You're one of the best right-handed hitting first basemen in our league. And then the dreaded first base injury happens to you in 2022 that all first basemen are fearful of. How long? I know how long it took you to get back, but how long did it take you to really feel like that injury wasn't affecting you anymore?
A while. And it wasn't necessarily the pain of the injury, but throughout the course of the rehab process, it happened with like a month left before the All-Star break, and I had a really good shot to make the All-Star team that year. And so I rushed back and tried to be available for that, which, it ended up working out, and I made the All-Star team. But I didn't rehab properly or fully, I guess you could say, and then created a lot of bad habits in my swing, trying to, not feel pain when I swung. So I'd say probably for about a year and a half, 2 years.
Wow.
Once the pain even did go away, like I created those bad habits to manipulate my swing and just wasn't able to. I mean, you watch me play. I used to be able to pepper the 4-hole whenever I wanted. And so like I lost the ability to do that because my swing mechanically changed. And so it wasn't until this year, honestly, that I've gone into spring training, felt really good, had a really good spring training. I was like, okay, I feel like myself again. Went through the waves of the season. And then getting here and working with Pop, he's been unbelievable. So within 5 minutes of me being here, he said, hey, this is what your swing looked like when you were good. This is what it looked like the last 2 years when you haven't been good. Like, let's get back to doing this. So, I feel like I'm in a really good spot here, and I kind of feel like my old self.
That's the thing, man. Like when you have an injury like that really affects your movement, like with the swing, because you're babying it a little bit. Like you could be back and you could be able, healthy enough to play, but it's putting your body in a situation that's different than what it usually is, and so it affects your swing. Now you're swinging a different swing than you're used to, and then you develop that habit, and now you're not in a position where you're used to being, and it affects your performance. And people don't realize that. Like, well, he's healthy. Why didn't he play well? Well, it's a lot more than that. Your swing is so fine tuned that if something goes off in a baseball swing, like it takes a while to get that back. And so I'm glad you're feeling good now, because I always thought you were one of the better right hand hitters in our game, and I'm happy to see that the success is starting to come back, because you got a long career.
Thank you. I appreciate it.